We're here at Big Chief Restaurant, right off the old Route 66 highway. This place has an incredible history. It's been around since the 1920s. We've got Stephanie Mulholland and her partner John. They have completely redone the place, but really preserved a lot of the history. Can you believe how amazing this garden is they have here? They've been using Vine Vitality all year. They grow everything from tomatoes to basil to sage to potatoes, oregano, mint, cucumbers, zucchini, Swiss chard, limes. And believe it or not, they utilize 95% of everything they grow from the garden.
Well, to be honest, I had always been in love with gardening, and with the restaurant being here and the majority of my time being here on this property, being at the restaurant. And then we just started experimenting with seeds and what we could grow and what we couldn't grow and what worked inside the restaurant, and start producing our own. So the whole thought came where we laid it out, designed it, everyone helping out, building the beds. Isn't that awesome?
That was delicious.
Wow.
Well, so far this year we've seen a significant improvement over last year. I think it had a lot to do with just the soil being amended better, but then we also chose to use some different organic and natural fertilizers this year that we didn't last year. One of them being the Vine Vitality, which as far as I've seen has been a tremendous help in the regeneration of crops and also just keeping the crops healthy. I had zucchinis and squash plants that were harvesting very well and producing very well, but then they started to die off, and we gave it another round of the Vine Vitality, and within 2 or 3 days they were right back where they were producing. And as you can see behind me, there's a lot that we just harvested today. We got together with the chefs, with John, and talked about what he kind of wanted us to grow. So that's why if you look through the garden, you'll see a lot of zucchini plants, a lot of squash plants, a lot of pepper plants, because that's what we're going to be using in the restaurant. Obviously we use a lot of tomatoes. We make all of our sauces from scratch, so like our pizza sauce, our pomodoro sauce, all the tomatoes on our salads, tomatoes on our sandwich, so that's why we have an abundance of tomato plants out there. We try and utilize as much as we can from the garden, and we try and base our dishes around what we can grow. Just that way we can give the customers the freshest product that we can.
Let's come on in and see exactly what Chef John is going to prepare with what we've harvested today.
We will use the fresh herbs for garnish for our plate tonight for dinner service. We have some fresh basil we've just harvested from the garden that we will wash it real good naturally, and we use this on about 3 different items on our menu. And then we also have what's called our margarita pizza, which we also put chiffonade basil on as well. I'm just kind of separating it now and getting it ready to wash off, which I've noticed this year versus last year that the quality of our vegetables are just tremendous. The yields have been outstanding. The size of the vegetables have just been phenomenal. The tomatoes seem to have a better flavor to me this year versus our last year's crop. Yeah, it's always neat to walk in from the garden with fresh vegetables and herbs, and it seems to be the big conversation piece of our guests. You know, they're always going, oh, look, they're bringing fresh stuff in. We've actually yielded several hundred pounds of tomatoes that we will be poaching. So what I've got here is a few of our Roma tomatoes that we pulled from our garden that will go on our margarita pizza. So now I'm going to go ahead and take some of this fresh basil that we just pulled from the garden. Here's a few of the tomatoes that we actually just pulled from the garden right now. I'll be dicing these up as well for our salads tonight. Give that pizza a couple minutes to turn it into some love. Beautiful. So this right here is our toasted lasagna that's one of our signature items on our menu, and what we do is we top it off with some fresh parsley that's already been chopped up earlier today, and then we take some fresh basil and sprinkle it over the top. And that's one of our signature items on our menu as well. Fresh basil from the garden. So we'll actually take some of these fresh tomatoes that I've just chopped up and just kind of garnish our Big Chief salad with them tonight. So there's nothing like a fresh tomato on a salad. So then we have the completed product right here, our Big Chief salad. And we have our fresh margarita pizza here. I'm getting ready to top it off with some fresh basil. And then I'm going to let you be a victim for me here.
That looks amazing. Wow.
Your Romano Parm, and
Thank you.
you're welcome.
I feel like I'm getting healthier eating. Fresh.
Yeah, the fresh basil just really sets it off.
Thank you.
No problem. My pleasure.
All right, so today we're going to be making one of our drinks that's on our drink menu, our cocktail menu, that incorporates some fresh basil from the garden. So for this drink, what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple basil leaves, we're going to throw them in our shaker tin, and we are going to add about an ounce of simple syrup that we make in-house as well. Should be good. And we're going to add a little bit of ice, just a couple cubes, to kind of give us some rough, that'll scrape up the basil leaves, so we get some of that, the oils and the scent and everything like that out. We're gonna add a little more ice, and then we're gonna add 1.5 ounces of this Hendrick's gin. There we go. And then we're gonna shake it. We're gonna take our rocks glass, we're gonna put some ice in it. That strainer. Once we get that, we're going to top it with club soda. And we'll garnish with a lime and a little sprig of basil. And this is called the Lime Basil Refresher. Great cocktail for the summer.
And right from the bottom, right to chef preparing it, and it's right here on the table.
Oh, thank
Whoa.
you. Nice.
Beautiful.
Oh, I'm so hungry.